Welcome, welcome. I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of days ago, and she's a good friend from a long time back in Jamaica, and she's a subscriber. And she said to me, we were having a few laughs, and just talking, and she said to me, "What you going to talk about on your next video, Mel?" And I said, "Well, I have a few ideas, but I don't really lock it in yet." She said, "Well, why don't talk about the time when you go through Hurricane Gilbert?" I said, "That's a great idea." So big up yourself, Sandy. Thank you for the idea. So when Hurricane Gilbert came to Jamaica, the thing about Jamaica is that a lot of hurricanes come and then look like them coming and them coming, and then at the last minute, whoop, them turn off. And so what happens is that whenever them tell you, say, go buy supplies and board up your house and all of that, everybody's like, yeah, 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 we know, say, we move off at the last minute. Well, this was not the case with this storm. It come directly and go straight down the backbone of Jamaica. It was the storm of the century is what they call it, and it was a category 5 hurricane, and it was 575 miles in diameter from one end to the next end. So it was a huge storm, and I was in my 20s and I'd never really experienced a massive hurricane in my lifetime in Jamaica, and so I was like more excited than scared at the beginning. I was like, yes, this is really excitement. So my mother and I lived in the house alone at the time, so I got asked two young people who worked on the farm, if they would want to come and weather it out with us in the house, and they say, yes, Miss Nell, we're going to do it. So we were all there, and my mother had a stroke, so she was an invalid, so I had to be making sure she was okay. But at this point, as I say, it's just pure excitement. And so we're looking and we're listening to the radio, all of us, right? And we're hearing what them say happening on the radio, and we're listening and in anticipation, and we start hear the breeze howling outside, and we were a little bit nervous, yes, but not too tough, really. So at some point now I decided that I'm going to cook, because we have to go through the night and all the rest of it. So I'm there cooking fried chicken, and all of a sudden I hear like drip, like when water drop in the hot oil, and it spit one time and it spit the next time, and when I look up, I see this little hole in the roof of the kitchen over the stove. So I said, no, sir. So fortunately I had cooked enough that we had food to eat, and I moved the pot aside, and I say, it's time to really look around and see what's going on. So I run now around in all of the rooms, and I'm looking to see what happened, and I look down at the very bottom of the house, at a room that look out over the backyard, and there's some outside buildings. So we have this stone wall building with a zinc roof. I look through the window and I see the zinc just flapping in the wind and making a whole heap of noise. So I call everybody, and we kind of, the excitement is up, and we're looking through the window, and then a man tell me, say, the clay tile on our roof over our head could be doing the same thing. So suddenly now I start to say, okay, this is serious. A little afraid, catch me afraid now, and I realize what exactly is going on. So start now looking, and same time I'm in this room, I see water start come down in one spot and in the next spot, and then I stand up at the doorway looking into the room, and I see like little by little more and more spot, till the room look like you're outside and it's just raining inside the house. So I look outside again now, and by this time, the wind is howling. That howling sound is haunting. It's the most scary thing to me of the whole thing, is the sound of the wind. And anyway, I look outside, and we had this lychee tree on the front lawn. And I see the lychee tree just start to go round, and fast, And then all of a sudden I see the lychee tree take off and fly gone off of the front lawn. And I say, no, sir, this is really something. So then I look and I see coconut tree bending over. I never see anything like that in my life. And again, the sound, right? And things just flying around, and the sound of the wind rocking the windows, and it was something to see. So anyway, the eye of the storm eventually came, right? And when that came, by this time we lose power. We don't have no radio. We can't hear what's going on. We just only hear the sound. And when it stopped, we know enough about hurricane to know that when the eye come, a little time will pass and then the wind is going to blow in the opposite direction when it comes back for the same amount of time or so, right? So I said, no, me have to come out there and look and see exactly what happened since the first part. So I go outside now and I say, we had a long driveway with trees all down one side of the driveway, and every tree, every single tree was flat over the driveway, cross over the driveway, and lots of trees and just debris everywhere and roof tile and you name it. By this time we had a big hole in the roof, like a bomb hit it, boom. And I'm like, this, I just never anticipated that this kind of damage could have happened, for real. I never did, but it did. So anyway, so the I passed now, and first of all, we never know how long it was going to be. So I was out there probably a little too long because I started to feel the wind picking up again, and I come back inside and I'm wondering, how is this going to go now when the breeze blow in the next direction? How this really going to go? So anyway, we go back inside now and we're waiting it out, and again the howling. By this time now it's dark, so we can't even look outside and see what's going on. We can only hear and imagine, you know, just how bad it is. So anyway, when the next day came and everything was done, now you can walk outside and know, say, you're safe, right? And now you can really assess the damage. And the damage was great. Like the roof, the clay tiles were all over the front lawn. There were massive holes, 2 big holes in the roof. Water was in every part of the house. Like during the night before, you know, we only had one place that was dry, that we all huddled together in that place and lay out a mattress and put my mother on it because she had had a stroke a couple of years before. So we had to be looking after her, and so she was on this mattress, and thank God it was dry. And then we were all like huddled around there, and you know, I mean, we were laughing and everything. We go, what you going to do, right? So anyway, a lot of damage took place. We lost a lot of books and curtains and rugs, and I mean, everything was drenched, you know. And next day now, a friend of my mother's whose house never really got so badly hit, she said to me, you know, bring your mother over so that she's out of there and she's safe. And I say, yes, that's a great idea. Get her sorted out and don't have to worry about her. And then now, this friend of mine who told me to tell you this story, she was a boss, because you know what she do? She used to ride a motorbike at the time, and she went to, I don't know if it was Musson or JLA, one of them, and she buy the biggest tarpaulin I ever seen in my life, and she bring it come on the back of her motorbike, cross over Jamaica from Kingston to St. Anne's Bay, bringing this tarpaulin. And she was the hero, because now we could cover the roof, prevent further rain damage from mashing up things, and we could start to get rid of the water that is in the house and start to figure out what need to dash away, what need to keep, what to build back, etc. So that was the beginning of the road back to normal life, right? So anyway, she come, and when she was there, we were looking together at the damage and everything, and me and her grabbed 2 broom and we sweeping out water out of the dining hall, right? And you know, anytime something big happen in Jamaica, the first thing them do is cut a tune, right? So Loving there is the one who got this tune, and named White Gilbert. You can listen to it if you never hear it before. And so we're there sweeping and we're singing, water come in my room, sweep out some with my broom, and we're laughing and sweeping. And I'm telling you something, you know, when things happen and them, you know, times rough, you have to find the lighter side of it, because you can't sit down there and implode and just weep. You might as well sweep out the water and just move on. So that's what we did. And to be honest, it was a long, hard road back, because after the hurricane, you know, there was no current, no power, no ice, no, you know, the place was still damp in the house, and it was just dreary. But we had to move on and we had to exist. So we found creative ways to get ice. I remember chasing down ice truck and chipping block of ice and getting ice for your igloo. And when I tell you, we eat bully beef so till, but I know this. I will never forget this as long as life is. I won't forget this. And now I've recorded it so my kids can listen to it. And you guys, I hope, enjoy the story. And I mean, many of you may have been in Jamaica when Hurricane Gilbert happened. And, you know, share your stories in the comments as always. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this with your friends and family. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. And for sure, leave me a comment. I love hearing your comments. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.